Hey there, all you F-14 pilots. I've got what I believe is one of the last Jolly Roger V1 F-14s that were available. I'm late to the game, but I wanted a Jolly Rogers version of this airplane. When they came out with the V2, I did not want the Wolfpack scheme. I would love to have the V2 wings, but the Jolly Roger scheme was more important to me at this point in time. So when I was assembling it, I wanted to go through the Freewing box and maintain all of the flight mixing and the flap protection wing sweep that we get through the Freewing control box. But I definitely wanted to bypass the Freewing gyro and use the AS3X Plus. It worked great until I activated the AS3X Plus and the safe mode. For some reason, it disabled the wing sweep and flap protection that was built into the Freewing control box. I'm not sure why that happened, but I did come up with a mix that is going to be beneficial, and I wanted to put it out there for all of you to see and be able to use if you think it would be helpful for you. Let's take a look at the radio and how the mix is set up. I'm going to go into function list, down to mixing, and down to my wing sweep mix, which WSX is just my code for wing sweep disabled. You'll see that I have my flap set to switch G, and I have my wing sweep on H, and I've got the mix set up for auxiliary 7 to auxiliary 7, which is the wing sweep channel located right down here. My flap channel is auxiliary 6. So if I take my flaps and I move them to the takeoff position, you'll see the flaps are going to deploy to 50%. And if I move them to the landing position, they're going to go to 3. Those are the two positions I've set up with my meter on the aircraft for the two positions. If I move my H switch from the deployed position to the delta position, you'll see on alpha 7 or auxiliary 7, it's going to go from minus 100 to positive 143. That is the servo position for the full delta sweep. So in this mix, I have number 2 position on the G switch, which is my flaps, disabled. The G switch is the one that's going to control the mix. That's my flap switch. So position 2 is disabled so that when my flaps are in the retracted position, I can sweep or unsweep the wing at will. When I deploy my flaps to the takeoff position, you'll see these rates are now 0, minus 125, and 60. And I'll show you why that is in just a minute. This position is set up. I did not set up the full flap position yet, and I'll do that for you on screen so you can see exactly why those numbers are what they are. So if I have my switch in the takeoff flap position and I move my H switch to go to the delta sweep, you'll see that the auxiliary 7 does not move. It stays in the minus 100, which is the full outboard wing position. So the wing sweep is now disabled. I'm going to move my switch for the flaps to the landing flap position. Now this mix is not set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down to these rates, and I'm going to move my H switch, which is my wing sweep, to the delta position. You're going to see it go to 143. So I'm going to take these values and I'm going to move this to a minus value as far as I can get it to see if I can get that wing sweep to minus 100. You'll see the maximum that I can scroll is 125, and the max I got to the wing sweep was a minus 25, not minus 100. I need another minus 75. So now if I lock that in and go to the offset, and I increase my offset, you'll see as I increase this number, my auxiliary 7 is going down. I'm now at minus 60. So I'm just going to increase this offset until I get to the minus 100 on the auxiliary 7 channel. It's right there, and there's the 60%. That's where those numbers come from. I'm going to lock that in, scroll back up, and you will now see that if I put my H switch back to the deploy, and I move my flap switch to the landing position, which is plus 3, I have minus 100 on my wing sweep here. When I move the switch, it now stays at minus 100, saying that the flaps or the wings are not going to move. Now I have one more mix that this handles, and that is if the wing is swept. So let's say I have my flaps up and I move my wing to the delta position here, okay, and it is now at plus 143, so the wing is in the delta position. If I select flaps of any kind, whether it's takeoff or landing flaps, while the wing is in the delta swept position, you'll see that the wing has now gone from 143 to the minus 100. So it's going to go from the swept position to the fully extended position, and then it is going to allow the flaps to go to whatever selection you have set on your wing flap switch. So let's go over to the aircraft and see how that relates on the actual airplane. So I'm going to deploy my flaps, and you will see you will see that when I activate the wing sweep, the wings will not sweep while the flaps are out, just like through the Freewing control board.
Maverick Supersonic, I'll be there in 30 seconds.
All right, I'm going to undeploy or go back to normal wings out. And then I'm going to go to full flaps. And I will wing sweep again, and you will see the wings will not move.
Maverick Supersonic, I'll be there in 30 seconds.
So this effectively deactivated the wing sweep with the flaps in any position other than retracted. I'm going to go back to flaps up and wings deployed to full out. And now I'm going to show you that I will wing sweep and they are active.
Maverick Supersonic, I'll be there in 30 seconds.
Okay, so now that the wings are swept, the other nice thing about this mix is that if you select any flap position while they're in this configuration, the wings are going to deploy to extend, and then the flaps will move. So I'll demonstrate that to you now.
Requesting a flyby. It's time to buzz the tower.
So this prevents the flaps from deploying while the wings are in the swept position and jamming into the fuselage. So you can see I can now extend to full flaps as well in this position.
Any of you boys seen an aircraft carrier around here?
And protect your model from any kind of damage from switchology. I hate getting switch bit when I'm flying. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and happy flying out there.